All right, as we prepare to get started, if you guys will go ahead and silence your cell phones and come on in and find a seat.
Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Nursing Pinning Ceremony. Thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion to celebrate the future nurses of America. We'd also like to recognize the distinguished guests joining us today, President Don Von Lawson and Vice President Learning and Student Services, Dr. Michael Solomon. District Governing Board, Everett Robinson, and we would also like to thank the Calvary Chapel for allowing us to use their facility. Now, Paige Garvin will give the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we are so very grateful to be here today to celebrate the completion of the nursing program. We're so thankful that we could have our family and friends here to celebrate the occasion with us. We're so very grateful for all the faculty and all our instructors that were able to help us get through. We're also grateful to all of our family and friends that we wouldn't have been able to make it through without them. Please bless that throughout our career that we'll be able to remember why we started and remember what made us want to become nurses. We're so very grateful for the dream that we have. We're so very grateful to be here. I say these things in thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. I would now like to introduce Jada Martinez, a fellow nursing student, for a speech.
How's everybody doing this evening? I know I asked you, how's everybody doing this evening? There we go. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I know this is a big celebration. Over the last 2 years, me and my classmates, we busted our butts to be here. So for you guys to come and support each and every one of us from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you because it wasn't an easy road, but we made it. So give yourself a round of applause, please. So welcome to our pinning ceremony, an event we've all worked hard for the last 2 years, as I've said. To begin, I'd like to thank the staff for helping us make it to this point, for my classmates for being a supportive group for one another, and of course Calvary Chapel for letting us celebrate here. So thank you guys. Now, with the thank yous out of the way, I was giving a task today for a speech. Some have said I could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves in the middle of July, and that's why you're now stuck with me for the next 5 minutes. So now that I've got your attention with that cheesy punchline, I'd like to ask a favor of all of you. The favor in which I'm going to ask you is to participate in something we have learned in our time in school. It's called guided imagery. Now, the reason I'd like you to participate is because if you're here today, the graduates standing before you mean something to you and or are loved by you. I want this speech to be a reference for not only my classmates, but for you guys as well, as you support this loved one who will stand up here as they go through their career. As well, I don't want to waste your guys' time and tell you something you're going to forget by the time you get to the car this evening. So, please, let's begin guided imagery. To start, I'd like you all to close your eyes. Yes, for some of you it's cheesy, but I've waited 2 years in nursing school to learn this tool, so I can sacrifice 2 of your minutes. I want you to think of a time, close your eyes. I want you to think of a time you've been a part of a birth. For some of you, this may be your kid. Others, it may be your mom and dad bringing home a new baby sibling. And others, it might be a nephew or niece you've known since they were a little one. Think of the happiness this brought you. hold on to that happiness. Now let's shift to a time where a loved one was sick and in the hospital. You probably remember annoying dings, new unwanted smells, all accompanied by the stress of what is going on. Hold on to that feeling of unknowing. Now, I want you to think of a time you have been a part of somebody passing away. Now, for some of you, this may be the loss of a family member. For others, a friend. Some of us in healthcare world, it might have been the stopping of compressions and the time of death called. I'll give you a moment to think on this and picture in your head and allow you time to remember how that made you feel. You may open your eyes now. Now, while everybody has different scenarios and the feelings associated with those scenarios, the majority of everybody in this room now likely felt a touch of sadness thinking of that loved one being gone. You most likely thought of the last time you ever saw or shared a moment with that person. I want you to keep that feeling in mind. We live in a world where somebody is born every day and someone dies every day within an endless cycle. Now, I bring these ideals to you not to take you on some roller coaster of happiness and sadness, but instead to point out what most view as memorable trials. Now, I'd like you to look over to your graduate, who you're here to support. Take a good look at them. And that these graduates have spent the last 2 years of their life sacrificing their free time, studying on the weekends, and they've missed special events that I know probably had to do with each and every one of you. They've sacrificed those 2 years of their life in order to make a difference in somebody else's. I want you to really sit with that for a moment. The sacrifice that they've done for that time with you, that short 2 years, to make a difference in somebody else's. When you look at this graduate today and every day after today, whether they're in scrubs or at home, I want you to think about the words I'm telling you now. They are either getting home from being that memory in somebody's life that we just went through together, or they're spending their time off preparing to make a difference in those memories that you just walked through with me. Some of your graduates are going to be the first faces the baby ever sees. That's so exciting. And they might be the last one your loved one ever speaks to. That is a challenge my classmates have signed up for and have spent the last 2 years preparing rigorously in order to be the difference in those critical moments and be the one to set that tone. Remember what your graduate's done and remember the things they're going to do. Now, to shift more attention to my classmates, this challenge is not for everybody. We are no longer held to a regular standard, but instead places those responsible to set the tone in those memorable times that will be remembered by most. We are now the nurse. Let that sink in, guys. There's no more asking the nurse. We are the nurse. Remember why you sacrificed those 2 years. Remember why you stuck it out when times got tough. And remember why it is you who became a nurse and not the next person. Remember why all that stress, anxiety, awkwardness, and even being talked down to. I know you guys went through that in the clinicals. Everybody hated it. But why it was tolerated just to be in this moment. Remember that you have earned this. I'm talking to each and every one of you. I've gone through it with you. You guys have earned this. You have earned the right to be somebody's nurse and have earned that 2-letter initial RN. And remember that this is only the beginning. It'll only get harder from here, but the good thing is we only grow and get stronger from this moment forward, my fellow classmates. To wrap up, I'd like to share a quote from the late Lou Gehrig. Those familiar will know that this man was the first to be diagnosed with a terminal illness after himself and better known as ALS. Upon learning about his diagnosis, Mr. Gehrig made these powerful words for the press. He stated, "Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. And though I've been given a bad break, I've got an awful lot to live for." Let me challenge ourselves to never forget why we are the luckiest people on the face of the earth today. Dare I even say the luckiest, but the most deserving. We have now earned the opportunity to take care of others and change people's lives in more ways than one. To welcome in new life with open arms, to be there for others at their toughest times, and to be there for when loved one needs sent home. Class, always let us be willing to learn, to be open-minded, and to never stop chasing that thing we want most in our professional careers. Because I know dang good and well, after all of our time together in those classrooms for the last 2 years, that each and one of you are capable of achieving that. Let it be known that our critical minds are only prohibited to go beyond the walls in which we allow ourselves to be confined. Class, we not only have an awful lot to live for, but now we have so many lives to live for. To the class of 2025, this day is for us. Congratulations to all of us. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, without further ado, and I may be a little biased, I'd like to introduce this next gentleman. He is the president of the best community college in the state of Arizona. I'd like to welcome you all to Mr. Don Von Lawson.
Good evening. Ooh, man, let me try that one more again. Good evening. Those that know me know that I'm an Oklahoma boy, born and bred, and I was raised in a fairly strict home, so I believe in protocol. And so we are standing in God's house, and I know that the man of God that is in this house, Pastor Marshall, is here. So, Pastor, where I'm from, we don't necessarily stand in this place because it's holy ground. And so I'll ask your permission to stand in the place, this dais that you adorn. If you'll just bow your head there and let me know that I'm okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Because I'm real nervous standing up here. I can speak in most places, but standing in this place makes me a little bit nervous. Now, with the regular protocol, to my chairman of our district governing board, to Dr. Solomonson, to Dean Zimmerman, and to this incredible group of academicians who've invited me to come here, and then this incredible brilliance here. How do you put me behind a young man that is the sharpest dressed and smartest person in the room and think I'm supposed to top that? How appropriate that we would be in God's house as we prepare to celebrate his latest angels on earth. How appropriate. I wandered into a building when I first got to NPC, and I came across a young lady who said to me, "Are you lost? Do you need any help?" And that was Miss Condi. She's one of the students here. And I told her, "Well, I don't think so." And she could see the Alzheimer's early stage setting on, because that's what nurses do. I want to be clear that as we're here to celebrate, you all deserve that round of applause too. That means parents. Now, how many fathers do I have in here who have students that are graduating? Oh yeah, y'all should be real happy. As someone who raised his kids, I raised them as a single dad, you're this close to getting them out of your house. Now, mothers never want them to leave, but dads would like a little peace. I will tell you very quickly, I had an opportunity to get instruction today from Miss Daniela Marshall. She came up to me and she said, "Look, Lawson, you came into class and you talked a long time and you look like one of them Oklahoma boys that can just talk forever." She said, "So here, I want you to keep your speech like Kim Kardashian's marriage to Kanye. Keep it short. Keep it short." I shared with students that one of the reasons that I love nurses was that back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, my late aunt, Dr. Emily Lenore Cooksey Latimer, who's gone on to glory, was a nurse. And there was something about Aunt Emily, we called her Aunt MM, in that she could always make things feel better. And what is a fact was, there was a light about her. And it's the same light that I see in each of you. Now, why a light? Because in darkness, we fear, we're scared, we're nervous, we don't know what to do. But as soon as that light comes, it gives us brightness, it gives us clarity. And she had that light. Now, why do I think that you have that light? I know that you have that light because first and foremost, you're going to provide comfort during the darkest times. When people are ill, when people are near that transition to glory, you are going to be the ones that are going to say, "It's okay." You're going to hold hands and you're going to wipe eyes. You're going to be the ones that are going to be there for them. I know that you have that light because you're going to be the ones who are advocates and provide understanding. When a person's laying in the bed and they're too scared to ask the doctor a question, you'll be the one that'll explain what's going on. When a person's afraid to even talk, you'll be the one that will represent their voice in that room and in that hospital. I know that you have that light because you'll be the one that provides education and empowerment. You'll give people a voice that they don't have. You'll share knowledge with them as they get ready to leave for their aftercare. You will be the one that has that bedside manner constantly. And then I know that you all have that light because you will have uncompromising compassion. One thing about Aunt Emily, no matter what was going on, if I took a fall, if I was about to get a whooping from my mama, she would step in and have that compassion. And I know that each of you have that light. So as I look at you, Miss Bolton, and everyone else that's sitting on the stage, and you remind me so much of my Aunt Emily, by the way. Some 50 years from now, I know that there will be a niece or a nephew who would stand in a place just like this and talk about the light that you gave to them all their lives. I pray pure success, prosperity, and health on each of your lives. I pray for the success and health of your families, that you're able to enjoy everything that you deserve in life. Thank you so much for this opportunity. You've honored me by giving me a chance to share this moment with you. God bless you. Peace.
Hello, I am Julie, and I would like to share with you guys the history of the nursing pinning ceremony. So today, as we celebrate a significant milestone in the journey of our nursing graduates, the pinning ceremony. This tradition, rich in history and symbolism, marks the transition from student nurse to graduate nurse. Allow me to take you on a brief journey through the history of this cherished ceremony. The origins of the pinning ceremony can be traced back to the 12th century during the Crusades. During this time, monks who cared for the sick and injured were awarded the Maltese Cross, a symbol for their dedication and service. This early form of recognition laid the foundation for what would become the nursing pin. Fast forward to the 19th century, we find ourselves in the midst of the Crimean War. It was here that Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, made her incredible mark on the profession. For her exceptional service, Queen Victoria awarded her the Nightingale, the Royal Red Cross. Inspired by this honor, Nightingale began presenting medals of excellence to her outstanding nursing students. The first official pinning ceremony in the United States took place in New York City at Bellevue Hospital in 1880. By 1916, the pinning ceremonies had become an established tradition in both the United Kingdom and the United States. These ceremonies were initially reserved for nurses who had achieved exceptional grades or made significant contributions to the nursing field. Over time, however, this tradition expanded to include all nursing graduates, symbolizing their readiness to serve society as healthcare professionals. The pinning ceremony is more than just a celebration of academic achievement. It is a rite of passage. The nursing pin itself is a badge of honor representing the hard work, dedication, and commitment of each graduate. It signifies their readiness to join this noble profession of nursing and to uphold the values of compassion, care, and excellence. Today, as we continue this time-honored tradition, we also honor the legacy of Florence Nightingale and the countless nurses who have come before us. The candle lighting or lamp lighting ceremony, often including in pinning ceremonies, commemorates Nightingale's nighttime aid to wounded soldiers in candlelight. This act of lighting the candle symbolizes the light of knowledge and the spirit of caring that each nurse brings to their practice and the loyal Society of Nurses. We celebrate their achievements and look forward to the positive impact they will have on the lives of their patients and the health of their communities. Congratulations to our graduates. And now Maggie Deming will come for the pinning.
Now we'll start the part of the program where we're going to pin your loved ones. If your loved one's last name begins with the letter A through G, you can come and have a seat up here in the front row so that you're ready when we call their name. A through G. And while they're doing that, if you'll notice on your programs, it says this part of the ceremony is dedicated to students and their families. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge all of you out there who have a loved one up here that you have supported, that you have allowed them to cry on your shoulder, that you have encouraged to not give up, that you have prayed for, and that you're here to celebrate this success today. And so I'm going to ask the students if you guys will all stand and give your family and your support system a big round of applause. All right, we'll go ahead and begin. Our first nursing student is Misty Barrera. Misty is being pinned by her son, Anthony. Misty would like to thank her husband and kids for supporting her through these past 2 years. Their support and encouragement kept her going through the tough times. And she can't thank them enough. She has also completed her BSN in nursing through ASU and plans to continue working at Summit Healthcare to gain some experience and later expand to travel nursing. Sarah Bolton. Sarah is being pinned by her husband, Brandon Bolton. Sarah would like to thank her family for all the support they have given, her classmates for all the laughter and sticking together through the hard times, Karen Zimmerman, who helped her from the beginning to make it through nursing school debt-free and graduate at 21 years old. And lastly, her husband, who provided support, encouragement, motivation, and helped her calm down when she was freaking out before a test. Sarah says this journey has been very demanding and extremely stressful, but is also the most rewarding thing she's ever done, and she would not be here today without all of her instructors. Sarah plans to work at Hedrick Health in Abilene, Texas, on their cardiovascular progressive care unit, where she will learn all things critical care and cardiac related. Donnie Ray Cardinal. Donnie is being pinned by her boyfriend, Vance, and her mom, Ginger. Donnie would like to thank God, her dad, Donnie, who made her promise to finish, even if he couldn't be here to see it. She'd like to thank her family for all the time missed and birthday parties she couldn't be at, her mom for everything she did to help her succeed, and Vance for being there and helping her through to the end. Donnie says, "I'm proud of how far I've come, and becoming a nurse is one of the most meaningful things I've ever done." Did you get a picture? Kristen Klein. Kristen is being pinned by her husband, Carlos Shorn. Kristen wants to thank her husband for being her partner through everything, for picking up all the extra slack and supporting her to reach her goals. He is the pillar of their home, and she would not be here without him. Kristen also wants to thank her kids for sharing her with the nursing program and for being so supportive and understanding while she worked for this nursing degree. Her children have always been her driving force, and this success is as much theirs as it is hers. She would also like to thank her family for always being her biggest fans, for believing in her and always encouraging her. They believed in her at times when she did not. Lastly, she would like to thank her classmates and instructors. We have all been on this journey together. Thank you for the support and dedication to the art of nursing. After graduation, Kristen plans to work at Summit Health Care in the OB unit as a labor and delivery nurse. Later, she plans to gain her BSN at NAU and travel. She might just be crazy enough to get her NP one day. Heather Condi. Heather is being pinned by her husband, Gene Condi. Heather would like to thank her friends and family for their invaluable support during these 2 years of nursing school. She especially would like to thank her classmates and teachers for rallying around her during some difficult times. Going to nursing school has been a difficult but very rewarding experience. Heather plans on working at White Mountain Regional Medical Center on the medical surgical floor after graduation and plans on getting her BSN in nursing. Jessica Diaz Anaya. Jessica is being pinned by her son Daniel and her husband Chris. This is a special moment for Jessica as her son pinned her for her paramedic completion 10 years ago. She would like to thank her family for their unwavering love and support despite hectic schedules, limited time, and lengthy study hours. Also, her friends and supervisors for mentoring her during this educational journey and always rooting for her success. She would like to congratulate her fellow classmates and friends that she's made in this program. She is certain this celebration will be just one of many accomplishments in your future. Lastly, Jessica would like to acknowledge the instructors of this program for choosing to make a difference in her education and that of other future healthcare workers. Thank you. Aaron Elliott Raymond. They distracted you. Aaron is being pinned by Clint, Gary, and Donna. Erin would like to thank her mom and dad. Thank you for praying for her endlessly and being her emotional support during nursing school. You've seen her cry over exams, celebrate over passing dosage calcs, all while surviving on caffeine, sarcasm, and sheer stubbornness. I can vouch for this. Clint, thank you for pretending to be interested when Erin talked about bodily fluids at dinner or the cool wound she saw at clinical today. Your love, patience, and endless encouragement kept her going, even when all she wanted to do was quit and become a professional blanket tester. Thank you, Maggie, for reminding her that what ifs were not an option. Erin says, thank you, Jesus, for answering my prayers. I can confidently go out into the world and love on your people. I couldn't have made it without you all. Your investment in snacks, monsters, hugs, and pep talks has officially paid off. Paige Garvin. Paige is being pinned by her mother, Nanette Hall. Paige would like to thank her family for all the support and advice during all the stressful times. She would especially like to thank her husband, Taylor, for picking up the slack for her. She also owes a huge thank you to the instructors for not only a quality education, but being so involved in helping her succeed. Paige plans to continue pursuing her bachelor's degree at NAU. Now, if for the rest of the family members of the rest of the students, I think that's what, H through Z? You can come up here to the front now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read a statement from nursing student Caleb Granados, who could not be here tonight. Caleb's not joining us in person this evening, but wanted to thank his family for the support throughout the program, his instructors, Deborah and Joanne, for setting a great foundation in first year and setting him up for success, Jamie, for providing continuous encouragement and being an amazing student advocate, Maggie and Marianne, for providing us with the knowledge and skills we needed to succeed, and more. Caleb plans on beginning his nursing career with a focus on hospice and psych. Daniela Marshall. Daniela is being pinned by her husband Marcus and her son Micah. Daniela would like to thank God first and foremost, because she would not have been able to go through this journey without his guidance. She wants to thank her husband, family, and friends for continually praying for her and supporting her through this journey. Daniela will be working at Summit Healthcare in the ICU and plans to continue her education to get her bachelor's degree. Jaden Martinez. Absolutely. Jaden Pete Martinez is being pinned by Julie Mercer and his father, Pops, sorry. I misunderstood Pops. Jaden is thankful for Julie, who has been his preceptor, mentor, and even role model of what a hardworking and critical thinking nurse should be. Jaden would like to say thank you to God above all. He'd also like to thank his family for the moral support given the last 2 years, and an extra big thank you to Olivia Brown, who has put up with him during the most stressful part of the course. bringing him up even when he felt down. He could not have been successful without your support. Let this be the day that marks the beginning of a new adventure of his learning career. This is just the beginning. Rachel Marie Martinez. Rachel is being pinned by her husband, Diego. Rachel would like to thank her family and friends for all their support and understanding, her wonderful NPC instructors, her amazing mom and dad for always rooting for her, and her awesome classmates for all the laughter through the tears. And she has a special thanks to her husband, Diego, and daughter, Zoe, who dealt with her crazy schedule, mood swings, tears, and complaints, and still stood by her side and supported her. She couldn't have done it without all of you. She can't wait to get to work as a nurse and have a normal life again. Megan Martin Johnson. Megan would like to introduce herself in the Navajo language.
Megan Martin Johnson Yinshia. Holbrook, Arizona de Nasha. Twitzoni de Nenshne. Nash Eje, Tropaha, Bushichi, Twitchini Dashache. Hanani Dashanale. Kota a Asa de Nenshne. Thank you.
Megan is of the Bigwater clan. She is born for the Zuni Edgewater clan. The Bitterwater clan is of her maternal grandfather. And the One That Walks Around You clan is of her paternal grandfather. Megan is being pinned by her mother, Frances Morris, who is an NPC nursing alumni, class of 1995. Megan would like to thank all her extended family and friends for their support. She would like to thank her mother for inspiring her to pursue nursing, and her father, Frank Martin Jr., for always being there. Her husband Jamal and their sons, Liam and Thorpe, for their support, understanding, and unconditional love during nursing school. Megan would like to dedicate her degree in honor of her late grandmother, Eula Bettany, who instilled the importance of pursuing an education. Sydney Marie Norris. Sydney is being pinned by her mother, Lori, and father, Alan. Yeah. Sydney would like to thank her family and friends for supporting her during this journey. She will continue her externship in the emergency department and then work as an RN in the emergency department after taking the NCLEX. Jocelyn Rankins. Jocelyn is being pinned by her mother and Leah Rosales. Her mother, Leah Rosales, and grandmother, Lana Rothens. I apologize. Jocelyn would like to thank all her nursing professors for sincerely caring about their students and wanting them to succeed. Foremost, she would like to thank God for helping her get through this nursing school journey. Ashton Reed. Ashton is being pinned by her son Kason and her daughter Macy. Ashton would like to thank her husband Levi and her kids for their consistent support throughout this journey. Your encouragement and understanding during long hours of studying and a very hectic schedule is what pushed her through the hard days. She would also like to thank her instructors for their guidance, knowledge, and dedication in helping achieve her dream of becoming a nurse. After graduation, Ashton plans to continue her career in the emergency setting while pursuing her BSN. Jade Marie Valerie. Jade is being pinned by her fiance Brandon and her mother Brandy. Jade would like to thank her family and her teachers for pushing her and giving the support she needed to complete the program. After graduation, Jade plans to work in labor and delivery and continue her education to gain her bachelor's degree through GCU. Now to lead us through the candle lighting ceremony and nursing professional pledge, Jamie Fish and Joanne Samuel.
The Nursing Professional Pledge. With full knowledge of the responsibilities I am undertaking, I'm going to have you guys stand. Okay. With full knowledge of the responsibilities I am undertaking, I pledge to care for my patients with all the knowledge, skills, and understanding that I possess, without regard to race, color, creed, politics, and social status. I will spare no effort to conserve meaningful life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will refrain from any actions which might be harmful to the quality of life or health of those I care for. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of patients under my care, and hold in professional confidence all of the personal information entrusted to me. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and give my support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. With full awareness of my qualifications and limitations, I will do my utmost to maximize the potential of the nursing profession and to uphold and advocate its standards. And now I'd like to introduce Deborah Keith for our benediction.
Congratulations, you guys did it. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I thank you all for being here today and for supporting the students. Thank you, Lord, for this time together. Thank you for the privilege that we've had to work with every student here, new nurse that we have with us on stage. I thank you for each and every one of them. I lift them up, Lord, and I pray your protection over them, your guidance. You're the path that lights our feet, Lord, and that you guide them in all that they do. I thank you for everybody here today, and I ask for protection for them and to keep supporting these new nurses. I ask that you bless their career and keep them in awe of how you move, Lord. I pray that they see you around them. They shine your light back to others. And I thank you for all of this. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen. I would like to introduce Dr. Mike. He's going to be reading the closing remarks for Dean Zimmerman.
Yes, I'm happy to share Ruth's closing thoughts with you tonight. Ruth Zimmerman, our Dean of Nursing. So first of all, thank you for being here in support of our graduating nursing students. Although succeeding in nursing school takes a great deal of self-determination, advanced planning, time, and just plain grit, none of these students would be before you today were it not for your contributions. You may have ensured clinical opportunities for students as they progress through the program, provided financial support, cooked a meal, done laundry, watched young children, driven older children to activities, lent a shoulder to cry on, been a cheerleader, or any number of other actions that played a larger part in student success that you will ever know. It truly does take a village. For some students, this week culminates a lifelong dream. For others, nursing is something they came to realize later in life and was a path worth pursuing. Some have prior college degrees, others are the first in their families to attend college, and still others are co-enrolled in a Bachelor of Science in Nursing program and may be graduating this semester with 2 degrees. Getting to this place has taken numerous semesters of hard work and giving up time and activities they enjoy. Their reward will come in the form of an RN license once they complete one more hurdle, passing the NCLEX RN National Licensing Exam. That RN license will open so many doors they never imagined. And to the students, from Ruth, congratulations. You did it and are equipped with the tools necessary to be a great nurse. We are so proud of you. It won't always be easy or enjoyable. As nurses, we see people at their best and at their worst, whether handing a long-awaited newborn to its parents, discharging a patient to home after a lengthy stay, working tirelessly to comfort a dying individual, or offering emotional support to loved ones who have unexpectedly just lost a family member. You will forever be remembered. Even the happiest of assignments will bring loss when you least expect it and take an emotional toll. A stillbirth, the death of a child, a devastating diagnosis, a young adult overcome by such despair they take their own life, unexpected complications of illness or treatment, or an elderly person who dies alone with only you to provide a hand to hold and comforting words as they take their last breath. A once exhilarating adrenaline rush may over time become a burden, and the demands of being there for others seem too much. Don't give up. One of the wonderful aspects of a nursing career is that there is always something else you can do that will spark your passion. Starting now, make the time to refresh and refuel. Play hard. Foster your relationships and interests. Learn to say no to endless shifts. Take advantage of clinical debriefing opportunities after difficult situations, and be attuned to the sneaky nature of burnout. In short, take care of yourself just as you do others. The nursing profession needs you, and as we celebrate all nurses during National Nurses Week this week, I would like to be among the first to welcome you as colleagues. Go forth and do good work. Thank you. And I should have noted I'm speaking here because Ruth is having some voice issues. But I would like, since I'm not Ruth, I would like to tell Ruth, thank you. And now if you'll turn your attention to the screen, I believe we're going to have a memory video from nursing school.
We would also like to take a second from the nursing students to our instructors, a very big thank you, because we wouldn't be here without your help. So here are a few gifts for all of our instructors. And now, here is Maggie.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you Northland Pioneer College's class of 2025 new nurses entering this profession. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so proud of you.
We will have some small finger foods out there if you guys want to grab something and some water. You guys are free to go. We have no food and beverages in here, but out there you guys are more than welcome, and you guys can also take pictures. Thank you.